Welcome into the Cleveland Browns Report by Chat Sports. Matthew Peterson here with a disappointing 21-20 finish against the Chicago Bears. It's preseason, so don't look at this as like the world's on fire type of thing, but you would like to have seen a better performance from the starters. Was it all the starters? No. But there were some bigger names out there that we haven't seen this preseason. And I would have liked to have seen better execution. A lot to kind of go over because I think people are starting to maybe have alarm bells and panic over this first game of Jacoby Brissett. Let me stop you right now and help you out and say, don't panic because of how Jacoby Brissett played today. I mean, we'll go more in depth throughout this video, but from a nutshell, Kevin Stefanski made a game plan. It was not designed to have a successful offense under Jacoby Brissett. It was designed to get Jacoby Brissett to throw the football 23 times so he could see more looks and different players and build interception. I don't really care about that pick all that much. Schwartz got blown off his crossing route on the slant, and Brissett just threw it to a spot here. So all in all, not that concerned right now. So we're going to answer some of the questions you guys have here from our live show, which, by the way, we do live watch parties for all the games now here at the show. So if you want to be on the next one for regular season football, have the game on your TV, have us on your phone, your computer, your tablet, whatever. There we go, Jack. And that way you can be a part of the Dawg Pound. So let's get to our first one here from Repulsive Gravity. I love Cade York. I love that this is the first question / statement on the show because Cade York was great. Yes, he had one missed field goal from, 58-yarders, but man, did that 57-yarder look beautiful. It was good from 70+, it looked like. Cade York is it. Next comment to get to here. Mac asking, do you think people are bound to overreact to bad preseason play? Yes. Keep in mind, we still don't have all of our starters in. Kevin Stefanski is not going to drop his best plays. This is a great point that Mac makes right here. Kevin Stefanski, I think, probably used 12 to 15 plays on offense. He didn't want to show anything to other teams watching. He wanted to see Jacoby Brissett throw some basic routes in the game. Throw some slants, some posts, some curls. Some of your most basic routes. Yes, you maybe would have liked to have seen a better than 13 for 23 performance. He also wasn't throwing to Amari Cooper. He also didn't have Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt there to establish a better run game and help open up the passing game. I'm not making excuses. I'm stating facts right now, okay? If this was the play for the entire game, different conversation. But Brissett didn't play past the middle way point of the second quarter. I'm not concerned at all. I told myself we are not panicking over Jacoby Brissett after one preseason game, and I'm not going to panic. This next one coming in from my guy, Rob Casper. What do you think our starting wide receiver lineup is? Great question. I still think it's Amari Cooper, DPJ, and then David Bell out of the slot. I think if you want to maybe have a little fun twist to this question, what about Javon Wims, guys? He's not some random UDFA, right? He was drafted by the Bears, played some football with Chicago. He was amped to play against his old team today. If Josh Rosen's ever playing anywhere, it's going to be like backyard football when you're in 5th grade and like they were a package. Like Rosen's like, I don't see anyone on the field other than number 16, Javon Wims, and he's made some fantastic plays. He made a case tonight to make an NFL roster. If it's not the Browns, I would bet another team picks him up through the waiver wire. The Browns will not be lucky enough to get him through to their practice squad based on how he's played so far. The Brown Tiger has the next question on the show. Why was Watson in pads if he wasn't playing tonight? I understand it's dress rehearsal, but, if you've watched Hard Knocks, I think that's probably the best way to answer your question, right? Of Dan Campbell just the other, last episode saying, listen, we are all going to go out there and show our teammates support. because all these guys practice with one another, and they don't want them to think this is a JV game to them. They're rooting on their teammates who they've been battling and playing with in the heat of the summer all August. So they're going to dress up for the first half so that it feels like a game, right? If you're D'Anthony Bell and you're trying to make this roster and everyone on defense that's not playing is just coming out in sweats, how motivated are you going to be? You know what I mean? I think that gets in the head a little bit. Now, if you want to be on a future mailbag reaction breakdown show, make sure you're not only subscribed, but also that you've got your notifications on. That way, when we start our live watch parties for games, you click the icon, you join the fun we're having. We have a blast on our shows. Join the next one for the Browns-Panthers game. I promise you won't be disappointed. Hit that thumbs up icon as well, along with the notification bell. So Ken Vargo has the next question on the show. Ken asking, talk about the injuries. Should we be worried? Chris Odom was carted off the field. Whenever you see a player get carted off the field and crying, you kind of know what the result is. Bummer to see. Other injuries, you had Wyatt Teller leave with a knee injury in the first quarter. The word on the street was he walked off, went to the locker room, was like, I'm fine. It's preseason, though. I'm not going to push it. I don't need to be out there at all. So I'm not overly concerned. Let me check Twitter right now live really quickly. Okay, here we go. Wyatt Teller had a sleeve on his left leg here with a wrap on his left knee, but appeared to be walking okay. So those are some of the initial reactions from the Wyatt Teller injury. Right now, it doesn't seem very serious. The Browns have plenty of time until week 1 against the Panthers. I wouldn't be very concerned. But knock on wood, nevertheless. My man Ryan, I'm slurring my words here. This is the post-game watch party. We had some super chats. I took tequila shots. It wasn't fun for me, that part there. Final record projection. Final record prediction. 10-7. That's my number. I'm sticking by it. I think the Browns are 6-5 when Deshaun Watson walks into Houston to take down the Texans. And I think he picks up 4 more wins, with wins against teams like Houston, maybe New Orleans, although I've already seen that as a bit of a trap game, Washington, and Pittsburgh. Bills will be tough, but definitely some winnable games for Deshaun Watson. Maybe a split with the Bengals and the Ravens, too. Farmer Spratt asking, do you think Dobbs will be the starting QB or will it be Brissett? I'm shocked it took us this long to get to this question. No. Everyone, it will be Jacoby Brissett. The Browns have not been doing all this install for Jacoby Brissett just to let Josh Dobbs lighting it up in the third and fourth quarter, which he's been awesome. I'm not trying to take away from that. I'm just trying to tell you guys the truth, which is it doesn't matter how great Josh Dobbs plays, probably. Jacoby Brissett's going to start. I think the only thing Josh Dobbs has proven with his fantastic play is he can come in a pinch for Jacoby Brissett, and they don't have to panic with him being the backup. I mean, they don't have to go and look for another backup QB. And 2, maybe Brissett is pullable if he has a bad half. Maybe there's confidence of, well, Dobbs has shown us some good moments. Not so much of Brissett's our only option. It's only worse. I think it's the only things Dobbs probably accomplished. He's not taking the starting job week 1. Sorry to disappoint. I love 15. Love Josh Dobbs. He's been awesome. He ain't starting. Mike asking, is San Francisco QB coming or not? I think you're talking about Jimmy Garoppolo. So John Lynch quickly here, the GM for the Niners, over the last couple of days said, hey, it's looking more and more likely we'll have to cut Jimmy G. So maybe the Browns would be. But again, this goes back to what I just said. Josh Dobbs is not better than Jimmy Garoppolo, but he's played well enough to earn a roster spot. So I don't think Garoppolo ends up in Cleveland. I would be surprised if Andrew Berry made that happen. We got a question from Mr. Nice Guy. Did Javon Wims move up to wide receiver 4? Unfortunately, we don't have the depth chart here or anything, but I can just rattle it off from memory. You've got Cooper, DPJ, David Bell as your top 3 guys. David Bell working out of the slot. Anthony Schwartz is sort of the incumbent, right? Sort of like walked into wide receiver 4. Javon Wims has outplayed him. Meaning, if you watched 3 Browns preseason games without a depth chart in front of you, you would assume Javon Wims is higher up. Now, he also hasn't been playing against teams starting/backup corners. He's been getting some mop-up duty in the fourth quarter, but that doesn't change. He's had great catches. So I think Wims has made a case to make this roster, and I think Schwartz, unfortunately, I don't want to just beat down the guy. Another drop today. Had a good run. Nice deep ball from Brissett. He got one hand on it. Would have been a very difficult catch. But Wims is definitely maybe making life a little bit easier for Stefanski to go to someone else if Schwartz is just not getting the job done in these preseason struggles. Follow him into the regular season. I think we have time for maybe one more question, Jack, here. You let me know? Yeah. Manuel Rodriguez. Do you see the Browns getting a receiver? I think the Browns' 53-man roster will change after cuts are made from other teams. They will be a team kind of like last year when Kadarius Hodge went to Detroit. The Browns will be the Detroit this year. They will be looking. Darius Slayton has been an extremely popular name. Probably going to get cut by the Giants. He's due to make $2.5 million this year. He's not worth $2.5 million. They like their young guys. They want to see their young guys. So I could see the Browns picking up some receiver on the waiver wire. And unfortunately, it comes at the price of like a Mike Hartley Jr. who makes the roster, but he's the first one to go. So, all right, that is going to do it for us on this post-game reaction following the preseason finale. I really appreciate every one of you that not only tuned in for this show, but also was rocking and rolling with us for the entire watch party we had. If you were there, show up. Type me down in the comment section right now if you were a part of our Browns vs. Bears preseason watch party.